That's it!
Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my...
Fall day here in Huntington, Indiana, but is another day of Huntington University women's basketball between the St. Mary of the Wood Pomeroys. It's the FDN Sports crew. It's Preston Husband for play-by-play. Got my good friend Jaden Woods back for some more basketball as the color commentator.
Yes.
It was a fun first game for HU. They went over the century mark. They knocked down a lot of triples. They had a lot of different players contribute. One of them that stood out, Allison Price in her debut, a double-double, Jaden.
Absolutely. She led the team in rebounds and also assists, 11 boards and 4 assists, while also putting up, I believe it was 12 points. She had a great game on Thursday, and I'm excited to see how she's going to continue to fit into the system of high-tempo offense.
Huntington, of course, will be without Bailey Kellum for a second straight game today. Izzy Shepard still sitting out as well as she waits an assessment on Monday. So a couple players have to step up, and we saw that in their last game against East West on Thursday. Someone like Kendra Sheets didn't do a ton of scoring. That's the first time she's ever started a collegiate game here in her sophomore season, and she was dynamite getting other players involved.
That's right. Kendra Sheets killed it last game with 7 points, 3 assists, and 8 boards. She was a great initiator for a lot of their offense, often bringing the ball down the court. We also saw a great effort from Annika Nelson, who had some good triples in the second half and a lot of defensive hustle in the first half, and Kendall Yakim, who was great on the offensive end in the first quarter and helped them build momentum into the second half.
Huntington will be taking on the Pomeroys of St. Mary of the Woods down in Terre Haute. This is a team who does not return a lot of the talent from last year, but had a great season, 17-12. A lot of new faces for them, including their head coach, Tapri Young.
That's right. I got a chance to speak with Tapri Young earlier, and she's pretty excited about this game so far. A lot of solid players on the roster. Of course, a lot of transfers and first years for the university, but I'm sure that they're hoping to bring something great out of what may be a slightly unfavorable matchup.
We're going to send it to the PA announcer, Champ Thompson, and then we'll be back for starting lineups here on FDN Sports.
We were shooting a film yesterday, had a camper who had never done anything with sound before. She did one little workshop, took about an hour and a half, and by the end of the workshop, she was feeling a lot more confident. She showed up on set, and she's running boom, and she's recording on the field recorder. She's just elated by how much fun she's having.
They've helped me with like my acting, and like my dancing has improved, and like my voice. I just didn't even know I could sing that high, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can sing that now. Our director is amazing. She's so sweet. She's helped me grow as just like an actor and a singer and a dancer. I've really improved being at this camp.
People in the School of the Arts
aren't just filmmakers or aren't just theater practitioners, they're creatives. And they love to work in all kinds of different areas. And I think that's one of the great things is we see kids come back and we see them in multiple tracks because they have multiple different interests and they love to tell stories, they love to be creative. And I think it's great that they get to explore a variety of different areas.
They're making projects that they get to share with their families at the end of the week. Every camper that comes through ends up making like between 2 and 4 projects throughout just 1 week. It's unbelievably cool.
Yeah, it was very cool to actually hold a camera that they use to make films, which I always wanted to do.
Voice act some characters, creating our own voices, going live on the air, and of course just being recorded and having fun.
Drew a weapon design in Photoshop. We designed the character that we would be animating in Toon Boom on Photoshop, and I fell in love with Photoshop in ways I've never thought I would.
I've always loved dancing and singing stuff. I do show choir, I do theater after my school. So it's like, this is where I live already, right? So getting another choreographer to experience, another stage to experience, the stage is great, the people are great, and it's all just like, it's the same thing, but it's a different experience, and that's really fun.
Everybody here is just so welcoming in every aspect. Everybody just loves everybody and is there, and you can say hi to somebody you don't even know and they'll say hi back. Honestly, all of the professors and the directors and teachers are so gifted in their craft, pretty much masters of what they do, and are so good at sharing that information with the students.
They're people with passion. You can talk to them, you can share ideas, you can work together, like that's incredible.
The faith here on campus makes me feel like there is hope for me. There's so much I can do and what I can always look up to and be with.
Back and almost set for tip-off between the Pomeroys of St. Mary of the Woods out of Terre Haute, Indiana, and your Huntington Foresters here on FDN Sports. It's Preston Husband and Jaden Woods. We are just about set for the second official game of the season for the women's basketball team, 1-0. And we are just about to introduce you to the starting lineup for Coach Darby Maggard's starting 5 today. It's Kendra Sheets, who we saw playing point guard in her first career start last time out. Kendall Yoakum is joined with Annika Nelson, Allison Price, and Liv Raby, who you'll hear now Chant Thompson introduce. That starting 5 didn't shoot it maybe as well as they're accustomed to, but they're back and ready to fire some more long balls today.
Yeah, maybe not the most efficient game for everyone last time out, but around 50% for the entire squad as it went out. Allison Price was 6 for 15, not ideal for her very first collegiate game, but I'm sure tonight she'll be able to kick it in gear. Liv Raby also 5 for 11, a little mildly less efficient than she's used to, but again, first game of the season, you got to get those early game jitters out.
Coach Tapri Young will be taking on the Foresters here tonight. These two teams have only met one time on the women's side of things, so there haven't been a whole lot of chances to play one another. The last time these two teams played, HU won 75-66 in 2011. For Tapri Young's team, they're picked 6 in the RVC this year, preseason. Yes. The Foresters sit in that 4th preseason spot. Of course, Bailey Kellum's availability still up in the air. We'll kind of dive deeper in that later in the season, but that's a big missing piece, and Huntington really still needs to have someone else step up today, and we'll see who it will be.
We definitely will, but even if one person in particular can't step it up, the Foresters have an incredibly deep roster. Just about everybody on their bench is going to be able to produce if they were put into a role where they were able to start, especially as we've seen with Kendra Sheets, where she had a tremendous game last time out. Kendall Yoakum as well, of course, as we've said a couple times, and Addie Shank also had a very solid game. 12 points, 5 boards, and 5 boards and picking up an assist as a big. That's nothing to guffaw about.
Samara Douglas, Annika Nelson in the center circle, and the Foresters will start with the basketball in their home white jerseys on your screen, going from left to right. Kendra Sheets, the sophomore point guard, played at a great Columbia City team in high school. Nelson, who shot it well in the second half, is a little strong on her first shot. It's pulled down by Abigail Parker.
Nelson last game was very efficient from 3 for 5 as it was.
She was great in that second half, knocking down a lot of triples. And if she can continue to shoot that shot at a high level, this Huntington team looks sharp offensively.
Absolutely right.
Samaras Douglas with a nice spin against Liv Raby, drops it in. She's one of the good returners on this young St. Mary of the Woods team, averaging about 6 per game last season.
That's right, and picking up about 5 boards a game as well.
Inside cut, Price, the freshman, misses a bunny at the rim, gets her own miss. It's Sheets now for a triple. That one rattles around and out. Nelson fighting hard on the O board. Sheets can't keep it in. Huntington with a couple of chances, yet to find the bottom of the net.
That's right, and they're still working off warming up this game, but as you mentioned, Coach Darby will always congratulate taking open shots like that, and which they had several of so far.
Sheets only took 1 3-pointer in the first game. She's already matched that total here just 1 minute into this contest.
That's right, 1 for 1 last time out.
Dribble inside, Euro step pass back to Douglas, who has the first 2 for the Pomeroys. It's now Parker working to her strong left, puts up a falling away jumper. It's short. Sheets, who had a strong time rebounding against East-West, has the ball pushing the pace. Sheets coast to coast, bumps, can't get it to go. Douglas with another board.
Sheets only 5'6", was able to pick up 8 boards last night.
Douglas, lots of contact, not calling a whole lot. It's going to be Huntington's basketball as Nelson tapped it off Samara.
It's been pretty quick paced, and even though the Foresters have yet to been able to sink a shot, they've been able to find open shots, and that's what's going to be important later on.
Here just 2 minutes into our contest. Huntington's 1-0. This is the first game for St. Mary of the Woods as Raby gets an early deep touch, spin, fouled, and she's got a chance for 3 at the line.
Great way to start the game off for Raby. 1 for 1 with a free throw coming up with that one. You can really see in live action how tenacious she is when she gets right in front of the rim.
6'1" junior from Loveland, Ohio, picked as a first teamer in the preseason by the coaches of the Crossroads League. Had a strong start to her season, 12 points and 9 rebounds the other night. She didn't shoot the free throws all that well, 2 of 4. She starts 1 for 1 today. It's always so impressive seeing a 6'1" center like Liv with that soft touch at the charity stripe.
She really does have a soft touch all around the rim.
Good move to the rim and spinning that one in and home. Janaya Harris, South Euclid, Ohio. Not much info from her, just 5 games as a freshman, 1 game last year, so one of those new pieces.
That's right, working off a much smaller roster now. They've been able to bring some of those bench players from last year into starting roles now. We'll see how they can produce this year.
Sheets stepped in front of an open Yoakum there, who Liv Raby was looking for. And now Huntington will have to run a play here from an awkward spot right next to the Pomeroy's bench. Swing past Nelson, shot fake, drive to the rim, flips it up, too strong. Raby another O board. Sheets was open. Price, shot fake and drive. We've seen her do this a lot. Floats it up, another miss. Huntington another offensive rebound. Nelson off the 3rd try gets it to go.
There it is, finally getting one of those threes to sink, and great effort to keep pushing and get those offensive boards. 2 for Raby in 1 possession.
Best time to shoot a 3-pointer a lot of times is off of your own miss, an offensive rebound. Huntington gets going there. Another nice move inside, and Harris taps it out of play for a turnover.
Really not letting anything go here. They've been able to keep pushing on every single way down the floor.
Sheets yells out instructions as the sophomore pushes it across the timeline. Nelson back to the right side to Yoakum, one of her favorite spots. That one rattles off the rim, pulled down by Janaya Harris.
You could see she was a little off balance on that one and a little unsure. Just a quick trigger finger there.
Aubrey Irvin, first time we've called her name, gives it back to Abigail Parker. The lefty goes off the side of the backboard. Sheets another rebound. She's got Nelson to her right. That's where she goes, looking for her second 3. Strong, and again, pulled down by Harris, only at 5'5".
Huntington obviously runs a very quick program, but I'm thinking maybe they might want to slow it down a little bit. They've been taking a lot of ill-advised shots so far.
Left side, Eleni Stone uses the screen, and it's an illegal one by Samara Douglas. That's going to be a foul in the first of the day on St. Mary of the Woods.
The Pomeroys shooting a little bit better than the Foresters as it is, although trailing, but I'm sure they want to keep up that efficiency.
Sheets drops it, free throw line extended to Raby, who doesn't put it on the floor a lot, but has shown the ability, and she's called for an offensive foul. Her first, the Foresters' first. And now it's back to the Pomeroys.
It's always sad to see those charge fouls when you're on offense. It's such a preventable thing, but it looks like she was just a little bit off balance as she caught it there.
6 minutes left in the first quarter. Again, Douglas back to work against Raby, the elite shot blocker in this game. Yoakum moves her feet well. It's recollected by Elaney Stone. Harris doesn't take a ton of jumpers. Sheets a good defender, staying right attached to her. Harris kept that pivot foot down. Parker fires for three. That's off the mark. Price another rebound.
That's good shot selection, though, keeping your head up for that one.
Allison finds an open Kendra, and Sheets this time drops it in.
Finally getting a three to sink from anyone other than Annika Nelson. That's always good to see.
That's Price's ability to work as a point guard. That's what she did in high school at Marysville, Ohio, where she was a 1,000-point scorer. She was also a great passer, and at 5'10", she's tough to stop when she's got a full head of steam. Spin move inside. Sheets with the good hands knocked it away, but it's pulled back in, and the shot is up. A whistle comes. It'll be Aubrey Irvin heading to the free throw line.
As you mentioned, Price being a real powerhouse on the court at 5'10" for a point guard in women's basketball, that's not something to scoff about. 5'10" is a lot of height to give up at a guard position, but she's trying to show off that she really can handle it.
Irvin is a hometown player from Terre Haute, Indiana. In her sophomore season, 5'8" guard. First chance for her first points of the season. First one is up and in. As mentioned, you look up and down at this lineup, Jaden. It's just a lot of players on this roster that didn't have experience last year at the college level. So that's one of Coach Young's challenge, try to get this team to mold together. And so far, they've looked pretty sharp.
They really have worked together at least pretty well. They've been running the ball a lot through Abigail Parker, who, as you mentioned, didn't play too much.
Bryce stepped on the end line as she was trying to get back to the rim, and that will take us to our first media timeout. When we come back, Huntington leads 9-5 on FDN Sports.
Media timeout on the floor. Reporting into the Pomeroy's lineup, number 10, Nadia Figueres.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Foresters with an early 4-point lead. It's 9-5. You see the Pomeroys surrounded by head coach Tapri Young. She's somewhere in there. We'll show you a little clearer shot in just a moment. She has been on a lot of different staffs, Jaden. She was an assistant last year when the St. Mary's team had a really good team. She was just named the coach earlier this season, so didn't have a lot of time to prepare. She spent 2 years at Danville Area Community College, assistant at Westerville South High School. She was a student assistant at Talladega College when they took a trip to the national championship. Also, an incredible player was Coach Young. She was top 10 in three-point shooting percentage at Salem International. She took them to their first NAIA tournament ever, and now she's trying to get St. Mary of the Woods back on track.
It's always good to see people with a lot of experience get into coaching, and you can tell she loved it. Obviously, coaching as a student as well. It's good to see her finally get a chance to take a team into her hands and see how she can mold it.
Both of these coaches for both teams could really shoot it. This is a great piece of ball movement by the Foresters. Addie Shank was so good in the first game. She's off to a good start here in number 2.
That's right. She was very productive and efficient last game. It's clear that her footwork has been able to lead a lot of possessions her way.
Back to work. Raby bump, no call, as Douglas tried going strong to the rim, but then it's thrown out of bounds by Shank.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication, thrown a little too far ahead, and that'll bring the ball back to the Pomeroys.
See the replay here on the no call. Very aggressive move by Douglas.
Way to try and take the charge, too.
I will say it feels like the refs are letting both teams play a little bit right now. It's been a very physical start to this game as a travel is called, and it's back to the Foresters.
Which was the very opposite of the men's game that we got to witness on Thursday. There were tons of calls during that fourth quarter.
Sheets pushes it across. It's Shank and Peyton Hartsoe for the first time tonight. Shank was trying to run that same exact play. Price gets to the rim, a nice spin move and a bucket again by Allison.
Look at that, even with the spin move, still able to find the bucket on her way down.
Going to be a fun freshman to watch. To drive to the rim, high off the glass. Again, Harris, a couple of nice moves right through the paint.
Sheets, such a quick first step for her.
Raby, that low positioning, got down in that paint, sealed her defender off, and scores another bucket.
That's her 5th point of the night. I'm sure she's happy with that one. She's been pretty solid tonight, 2 for 2 with that one.
If you're just joining us, it is the first quarter. The scoreboard in the arena is off right now. So it is the first quarter. It's 15-7. And again, Douglas has really just stayed aggressive and has put up a nice start to this game. Sheets turns it over. There's Douglas again on the defensive end. It's a jump ball, and St. Mary of the Woods will have it.
As you mentioned, this St. Mary of the Woods team has been kind of mishmatched together. But from what I'm seeing right here, they look to be pretty well coordinated, often finding an offensive player and stopping them before they're able to.
Alyssa Moody in for the first time, 5'7" junior guard out of Brook Park, Ohio. 16 games as a freshman for this program, just 9 last year, averaged right around 6 minutes per game. 15 of her 18 shots last season, Jaden, were from 3. So she's in there to shoot it from behind the arc.
That's right. Always good to have a dedicated shooter.
Harris staying aggressive, back out to Parker. Lefty goes to her opposite right side, and it's another illegal screen. This time it's going to be on Nadia Figures, it looks like.
Parker has shown that she has good ball control, but she just hasn't been able to get a bucket to sink so far. But she's definitely able to push it towards the rim.
Figures, a freshman on this team, playing meaningful minutes already. It's an Indianapolis native. She played on a very good Pike High School team. Went to semi-state, the semi-state final and lost. She also ran some track. Regional champ, of course, last year in basketball. So a player to watch for the Pomeroys here in the future.
Always exciting to see a freshman come into their own at college.
Yoakum fires and misses that one. Pulled down. Shank had an opening. It's out to Hartsoe, who's looking for a triple. That's off the mark. Raby is there to clean it up.
Raby already a ton of rebounds. That's her 4th and her 3rd offensive rebound of the night as we go into it.
Pomeroy's bench looking for some options to come in and help with some rebounding here on the defensive end. Huntington has done a nice job cleaning up some of their own misses. Parker a long 2, short. There's Sheets, who is fouled and then also connects with Raby. Both of those players look to be okay. Good to see some smiles.
Yeah.
Great camera work here from underneath the baskets to show you how aggressive that collision was.
Raby tonight has shown that she's taken what was done on Thursday and improved upon it. She's taken much better shot selection in this one.
Confidence Wachukwu is in the game for the first time. She's in to rebound and help out this team. She's going to be challenged right away as Raby spins and finds Hartsoe. Peyton will put it on the floor. Nice job going off the glass. And Raby allowed that by sealing that defender and giving the open shot to Peyton.
That's right. That was great vision to choose exactly when to drive right there.
19-9, the Foresters' largest lead of the night. Long 2 is short again, this time by Harris. Raby is just filling it up on the rebounding side of things right now. Sheets tries going cross court. Harris looked like a defensive back intercepting and heading for a pick 6, but she's out of bounds.
That is unfortunate. What would have been a steal turns into a regain of the possession for the Foresters there as we see another substitution for St. Mary of the Woods.
It's going to be Elaney Stone replacing Janiyah Harris. We're also going to see Lauren Merritt coming in, who had a nice start to her sophomore campaign on Thursday night.
puts in for the Foresters.
Merritt, the tallest player on either roster, is 6'4". He's got great footwork. Hands off to Yoakum. She swings it to the corner. It's too tall for Sheets. Just a couple of those passes again, and we wanted to talk about the turnovers. Huntington had a handful of them in that first game. Today, those passes have still just been slightly off.
Still working on communicating perfectly with those passes. They did have 10 turnovers against East West on Thursday. Definitely not ideal, as we heard Darby speak of.
Delaney Stone to Abigail Parker. A couple of lefties trying to go to their strong side. Huntington's doing a great job defensively as Parker gets it back. Floats one up. She's blocked by Shank. Gets her own miss. Up off the glass. Rebounded. Tapped away. It's the Foresters basketball once again.
Parker, although shorter than some of those bigs in the paint right now, like Merritt and Shank, was still able to get up there and almost grab that board from them.
19-9. Huntington trying to end this first quarter with a score. They can hold for most of the shot clock. Shank looking to go to her off left, back to her strong right, kicks it away, another turnover, and now Figures ahead to Parker, who goes to her strong left. She's blocked by Yoakum, and it's touched last by Kendall, and now the Pomeroys can hold for the last shot.
Always good to get that last shot. They're hoping to break into double digits here. It's not going to be the most ideal for them to end off in less than 10 points.
Yoakum had a steal, but it's taken back by the Pomeroys and then thrown into the backcourt. Now Huntington has 8.7 seconds to work with.
Surely they want to break into 20 and ensure that they go into the second quarter with a much bigger morale boost.
Pomeroy's just 4 of 15 right now from the field, 27%. Yoakum, Shank, back to Kendall, looks inside, Merritt catches, puts it up. It wouldn't have counted anyways, and that sends us to our first quarter break. Huntington looking to extend their lead as we come back to the second quarter. It's 19-9 Foresters on FDN Sports.
And I just want to take a moment to thank Rich Roofing for supporting
We were shooting a film yesterday, had a camper who had never done anything with sound before. She did one little workshop, took about an hour and a half, and by the end of the workshop, she was feeling a lot more confident. She showed up on set, and she's running boom, and she's recording on the field recorder. She's just elated by how much fun she's having. Every camper that comes through ends up making like between 2 and 4 projects throughout just 1 week. It's unbelievably cool.
Yeah, it was very cool to actually hold a camera that they use to make films, which I always wanted to do.
We designed the character that we would be animating in Toon Boom on Photoshop, and I fell in love with Photoshop in ways I've never thought I would.
Honestly, all of the professors and the directors and teachers are so gifted in their craft, pretty much masters of what they do.
Huntington with a double-digit lead after quarter number 1. They shoot 8 of 19 from the field, 2 of 7 from downtown, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Jaden still see a little bit of that issue with the 6 turnovers, but their defense helped them out in extending that lead. They held the Pomeroys to 4 of 15 of shooting, so not much going the Pomeroys' way because of this great, very strong on-ball defense by the Foresters.
That's right, and even though they haven't been able to necessarily poke the ball away from the Pomeroys, they have been able to block them. 3 blocks on the night for the Foresters already, which is, I believe, already more than they had all night against East West, although you can clearly see that their bigs are getting more involved in the defense.
So Huntington will start with the basketball. It's Tegan Akers in for the first time. She's joined by Allison Price, Lauren Merritt, Kendall Yoakum, and Peyton Hartsoe. As we see Akers for the first time. She struggled to shoot it in the first game, but still has the trust of her head coach, that being Darby Maggard, to continue to fire some open looks. We'll see if she can break the seal today.
That's right, 0 for 7 last game, but still kicking it.
Yoakum has found the range from deep as she drops in her first triple. She had 4 of them, I believe it was, on Thursday night. That's her first today, and it's the largest lead for the Foresters.
Yeah, 4 for 10 for Yoakum from long range on Thursday.
Booty Bounces it in. This is Douglas going to work against the taller Merritt. Merritt may have got a piece of that as Hartsoe looks to push. Price stops, pops, and hits.
There it is. Price gets her first 3 of the night, and she wasn't very lucky on those last game, but we can see she's clearly gotten a little bit of that tonight.
She is a good shooter, and again, that's what we talked about game 1. Darby Maggard wants her to shoot more threes, and she just nailed her first one of the night. 25-9, good move inside again by Douglas. Couldn't get it to go. Merritt taps it to Akers, and now Price will push it ahead. Allison goes coast to coast with the left hand and scores again.
That brings her to 7 on the night and 3 for 5 in total. Efficient, quick, and high scoring.
27-9. Huntington continues to add on with their three-point shooting and their fast-paced attack. Inside, a little contact. It's left short and picked back up by Talissa Moody, who has it then knocked away by Hartsoe.
It's clear that Merritt's presence in the paint is enough to disturb almost all of the shots that are going on down there. Her height in general is just enough to stop so much offense.
Moody will check out. It is Janiyah Harris coming back in. Harris is the one that's kind of created the offense, her and Douglas so far for St. Mary of the Woods. This is Douglas right here going back against Merritt again. Lauren stays in front of the offensive player and rips it away. Price in attack mode, coast to coast. This time kicks. Hartsoe for a 3. Can't get it to go. Rebounded. Merritt is fouled and will head to the line.
Merritt's first free throws of the night and only the second and third of the contest for the Foresters, hoping that she can sink them. Not necessarily her strongest suit. Last year, she didn't take very many of them, but she did shoot a pretty solid score of 75.
Merritt, who's getting a lot more playing time early in the season this year, is a little long on the first. She'll get another opportunity. Her and Akers are the only player that have checked in for the Foresters who have not scored. It's just been an extremely balanced attack.
That's right, and Merritt only taken 1 shot as well. It's clear that they've been very selective.
Another knockaway by Merritt, though. She's doing it now defensively. Creates a jump ball. It'll stick with St. Mary of the Woods.
Again, 11 turnovers on the night already for both teams. Actually, 12 after a steal last possession, and it's been very fast-paced, a little sloppy through this first half, though.
Trying to get this offensive attack connected once more. Coach Young shouts out directions. Douglas was looking for a cutter. She'll have to live with throwing it to the top of the key to Parker, and it's the 3rd moving screen of the night. St. Mary of the Woods is another turnover, and I thought it was going to be the 3rd foul. Maybe it was a travel instead. Not sure what I saw there, Jaden.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either. It looked like an illegal screen.
Looks like they did get Douglas with the illegal screen. So she does now have 3. She's leading the way with 4 points. Price in and out, kicks. Akers trying to find the range. It's strong. It's pulled down, and it's knocked out of bounds by the visitors back to HU.
Akers shaking off those jitters. Last season averaged 1.5 points, a couple boards, and pretty not the greatest efficiency throughout the floor, but it's clear that she's been given the go-ahead to shoot a lot of shots this season.
We do have Samara Douglas down here in front of us. We're going to send it to a short break. When we come back, we will see if the Foresters can score off of this play.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Back here in Platt Arena. Looks like Douglas maybe an upper arm injury. We don't want to speculate anything, but she is out of the game here for the moment. didn't even really notice she was down here in front of us until the ball was knocked out by St. Mary of the Woods. She did get up, and she's working now with the athletic trainer, so we hope she's able to come back into this game. You never want to see that. The Pomeroys right now, they can't afford to lose Douglas for long because she's been one of their strongest players.
I was going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. Losing Douglas would be very unfortunate for them, as she's one of the longest standing players in the program and also one of their best on the floor, so that would be very unfortunate. But we'll see how they can produce tonight.
27-9. Douglas. See the injury right here. See exactly what happened. Price drove in, and you can see Price and her just collided a little bit, and that right shoulder got knocked off balance. We think that's what happened, but she is back to the bench, so hopefully she'll be able to check back in. Merritt didn't know how much time was left on the clock. It's a turnover for the Foresters, a shot clock violation.
A lot of confusion going around right now, but it looks like Douglas is ready to get right back in the game.
Another sub as well. Jayla Campbell back in for St. Mary of the Woods. She has it right now. Trying to drive in against Merritt, who has a large size advantage. In fact, a whole foot. 5'4" Campbell against 6'4" Merritt. Good drive inside the bump. Can't get it to go at the rim. Harris.
They've insisted on driving into Merritt, although they could work around her, but they keep trying to back her down, and that height is going to be a big issue for that.
Sheets thought about the three, drives in. 2-foot pass to Price, who goes swiftly to Nelson. Strong on the three. Ripped down and pulled out by Janiyah Harris.
Looking across the entire court right there, it was a good spot to see Allison.
Again, Harris to the rim, too strong. Rebound fought for between a couple of Foresters. Parker comes away with it and finds Harris, who tried bouncing it in, but Akers with another steal, a wrestle for the ball, and Sheets has it.
Way to let the play go on there.
Good pass to Price, perfectly placed right in front of Allison for another easy two.
What would have been a great assist into the paint was stopped by Tegan Akers right there. Good steal.
Huntington ahead by 20. It's 29-9. Here with 6 minutes left in the first half. Foresters looking to move to 2-0, and they've got a very tough stretch. The next 3 games coming up after this.
That's
Parker
right.
spins and is fouled. Talk a little bit about that upcoming stretch for these Foresters. They've got the Cumberlands at the Cumberlands, as you see this fast break layup there from Allison Price coming right into your living room. She's leading the Foresters in scoring today. This stretch coming up, 3 straight ranked opponents, Jaden. You've got the Cumberlands, number 25, in Kentucky. You'll play them on their home court. Lindsey Wilson, number 24, also down in Kentucky. And then you come home and play Indiana Tech, who's number 17. So these games will show you what you've got, but those games will show you what you're made of.
Absolutely. I mean, the St. Mary of the Woods, they did play 2 exhibition matches, weren't able to find what happened in those games, but not completely collected as of right now. Still finding out how their team's going to work together as we see Price go in for another one and kick it out.
3 on the way, and Shank stays perfect. 3 for 3 on her career in 3-point attempts.
That's right. She takes smart shots, and she makes them, apparently. Great shooting for such height.
Janiyah Harris controlling the offense. Tosses it out. High dribble, knocked away. Price, another steal. Allison in attack mode. This time finds Nelson, who has to slow down. Sheets, another triple. Off the mark. Shank keeps it alive. Price. Sheets drives baseline. Shank was thinking about another 3. It's back to Sheets. It's off the mark. Shank creates a 3rd opportunity, and her and Liv Raby just dominating the board, and Coach Young needs a timeout.
Height really isn't all of it when it comes to getting those boards. It's all about the tenacity, and they've shown it.
It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take one with them. Huntington dominating on the board. Offensive rebound number 10 has them up 24 in the first half. Right back here in Platt Arena, Huntington firing on all cylinders right now, up 24 points, 34-10. It's Preston Husband and Jaden Woods, the rest of our excellent FDN sports crew, giving us all the angles today, Jaden. The replay has just been excellent. We're having fun, and so are the Foresters, really just finding different ways to score, both from behind the arc, but a lot of offensive rebounds leading to easy shots inside.
Absolutely. As you mentioned before we went off to our break, 10 offensive boards and 23 boards on the night, 13 more than the opposing Pomeroys. They've really shown some dominance inside the paint on both ends of the court.
Coach Dupree Young took a timeout, wants to get her team back and ready to rebound better. I mean, that's been the message. She's gone deep into her bench to try to find some options, but both with Raby and Shank out there, it is tough for anyone to rebound against this Huntington team.
That's right. They've got real bigs in there.
Pass inside, left-handed shot is off the mark. Raby again with another board. She's up to 6 already on the night. Sheets asks Price to clear the left side. Looking to hand off to Nelson. Right back to Kendra. Raby puts it on the floor. Nelson was open for a moment, drives inside, right inside that 6-foot area and drops it in.
Such quick first step for Annika Nelson, 6'1", and she's really got that Durant kind of build where she can get in there quick.
2 for 6 now on the day as Nelson. She has not shot it as well as she did in that second half against East West, but starting to get it going. 3-ball, top of the key is perfect there from Aubrey Irvin.
Aubrey Irvin, the sophomore, just 1.5 points last season, and she's showing that she can produce here.
Price maybe got away with a walk. Raby goes to Nelson, trying to find another one. It's short. Price another rebound. Allison to Raby, who takes over air 3. It's too strong. Another offensive rebound for Shank. This time inside, swings it out. Price, Nelson will try another, and Huntington just getting way too many opportunities and knocking down the triples when they get them.
They have nothing against this height. Their tallest player, Wachukwu Confidence, has yet to be in for a little bit. Speaking of, she just walked right past us, about to check in so they can do something about all those offensive boards.
Harris spins against Sheets, who's staying strong defensively. That one's off the mark. Again, Shank with a rebound. Sheets had Raby for a moment, decides to hold on to it. Sheets, I think, was looking to shoot. Raby got it back. It's a loose ball inside. Parker takes it, picks it up, flips it to her teammate, Nadia Figures.
Raby, who took a short rest earlier to let some of the other bigs get some playing time, is still 9 points and 6 boards.
Parker misses a long 3, and Raby again with her 7th rebound now. Cutter, Price. Goes to the left block and touched it on the end line. Price down, a little slow to get up, but back on her feet as Kendall Yoakum comes back in for the Foresters.
I'm positive that Coach Darby will have something to say about these turnovers, because that one brings the Foresters to their 9th, and St. Mary is also on their 9th. 18 turnovers before the halftime point.
Figures starts the offense here. Wachukwu is back in as well. Confidence out of Chicago, Illinois. Not much playing time last year, but back and ready to make an impact down in the paint. 3-ball launched from way downtown is off the mark by Moody, and a foul is called on the block out. It's going to be Figures who picks up the personal.
And Wachukwu has the height to counter some of the bigs for the Foresters. Maybe not necessarily the frame. Raby, as we know, much more dense than Wachukwu.
Sheets again, controlling this lineup extremely well tonight. It's playing with a ton of confidence. She's got it, looking down on the block. Yoakum looking for another 3. That one perfect, coming off the screen.
Such a smooth jumper from Yoakum. It's almost guaranteed every time she lets it go.
Knocks down another triple as she's got 2 now on the night. Someone that took 202 threes last year. Without Kellum right now, you might think about having her shoot 220 this season. She's going to take a lot of threes. That's her main weapon. Now she's got a steal. Raby pushes ahead. Sheets, again, just off the mark.
Very contested and congested area right there, unable to get it to Sheets.
And Darby Maggard right now talking to her young point guard. She wants Raby in that situation, of course, to always look up and push the pace, but she wants Raby to jump stop, hold that ball, and allow Sheets to circle back to possess so they don't have those live ball turnovers.
That's right, and speaking of Sheets, she'll sub out, and it looks like Price will take command of the offense for a moment here.
We talked about how she is a point guard and was a point guard, playing more of the 2 this year, and Shank, again, she's off to an excellent start here in these first 2 games.
Very good footwork there to create an open look on somebody that did not plan on giving her one.
Perfect from the field so far. Now Price diving on the floor, getting a loose ball off the Shank again, who goes strong to the rim and gets to roll.
Shank has been extremely efficient on the night. As you mentioned, that's 4 for 4 for her.
Price and the Foresters rolling, shooting over 50% now on the game. Allison just finding a way to do some of that dirty work as well. She's going to be a fan favorite for a while.
I'm positive of it. She loves to drive that ball in, and that's where some of the most exciting plays come from.
Moody misses. Raby already an 8th rebound. Now pushes it across, and there you go. Slows it down to hand it to the guard, Price.
You can see in real time the commands from Darby checking into the players.
3.5 seconds. The difference between the game clock and shot clock. Huntington can nearly hold for the last shot. Price has 9 points. She's had a big first half. Gets back to the rim. Kicks to Akers, who is looking for Yoakum. 3 on the shot clock. Teagan spins and somehow gets it to go.
That would be her first of the season so far, as she'll close out the first half for the Foresters. And we'll get a moment to speak with Darby and to see how she feels about this first half.
Darby joining us. A crisp first half by her offense. You guys come out, shoot over 50%. Everyone contributed, but man, we almost have to take a deep breath over here. The pace you guys play with, I know that's what you want. How do you assess that, and how does it work for you guys?
Yeah, I thought we did from Thursday's game to today, we did a much better job of having a better start.
Yep.
I was not super impressed with Thursday, and so today I will say they have came out with an immense amount of effort, and especially on the defensive side.
Right.
And so to me, right now, our defense, we're getting deflections, which are leading to allowing us to get out in transition, which then, as you kind of, your question is, that's how we get our pace going.
Right.
It really does start on the defensive side for us.
Man, Allison Price, she's a special freshman. Diving on the floor here, finding an open player. She's obviously talented, but her work ethic is showing up. She's got 9.6 assists, 4 rebounds at the break. Seems more comfortable already here in game 2 in her career.
Yes, she is. She brings that every single day in practice, and I have loved getting to coach her. And she just has an unbelievable work ethic, and she wants to get better every single day and every single time she steps onto the floor. And so I'm thankful to get to coach her. She's awesome.
I usually only ask you 2. I got one more real quick.
Yep.
Addie Shank. She's a sophomore. She has grown so much. She struggled a little bit around the rim last year, finishing some of these shots. This year, she just looks so much better, calm, cool, and collected, leading the way with 9 and 6. What have you seen in her growth?
Addie has done she put in an immense amount of effort over the summer. She wanted to, as a coach, when a kid comes in and says, "Coach, I just want to find a way to help our team in any way that I possibly can," you help her. You help her find a way. And so she put in an immense amount of work. Was in here, drove to Huntington all the time to put in work, and so it's paying off for her. And so she wanted to stretch her game and be able to shoot threes, and she's able to do that right now, which is awesome.
3 for 3 in her career.
It's awesome. She's doing really well. So I'm really proud of her. And so, yeah, I want her to continue to do that every day. So it's pretty awesome.
Thanks, Coach. We'll see you afterwards.
Thank you.
48-13, Preston husband Jaden Woods. We will take a short break. We'll come back for some more halftime stats, and we'll have half number 2 between the Pomeroys and the Foresters on FDN Sports.
Hello, my name is Courtney. I am a senior here at Huntington. I played volleyball here for 4 years and had so much fun doing it.
Great back and forth between 2 teams.
Now HU on a mini run here to pull it a little closer.
Growing up, my mom was a PE teacher, so she was always in the gym. I was always in the gym. She coached volleyball, she coached softball. Anything that you could probably coach, she probably did. It's hard to find the words to really describe what my mom means to me. Throughout my entire life, she's been my constant through everything. I don't think I would have ever been here, for one, playing collegiately if it wasn't for her, but also I wouldn't ever have the drive that I do. I wouldn't have the competitive edge that I do if it wasn't for her, because she instilled that in me since I can ever remember. Yes, she's been there for me, but also there had to be a point where I was there for her. I was in high school my freshman year. My mom was diagnosed with cancer, and she wasn't sure how that was gonna pan out. She was insanely strong. I've never met another person that is as strong as my mom. When you're faced with the chance of losing somebody like that, it truly changes your outlook on them. And I think that truly brought us so much closer. So I'm 3 hours away from home here, and my brother also plays at Toledo, so my mom is traveling all of the time. If I was struggling on a Sunday and I wanted to go home, she's met me halfway and had dinner. Or if we have a volleyball game and it's 4 hours away, she'll be there, she'll drive it, she'll watch, she'll support, give me a hug after the game, and drive home without any complaints. It felt like she was 10 minutes down the road because she was so present.
She is the reason why I wore number 14 in the first place. She always wore 14 playing volleyball growing up, and that was very important to me.
Through all of that, the game of volleyball has given me so many relationships that I will have the rest of my life. And it's so crazy how a black and white ball can bring together so much and can mean so much.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
I saw Forrester Camp when I was at school. It said health science, and I'm like really interested in medicine.
I was really set on nursing, but I didn't know any else like biology, chemistry, things like that. So health science was able to broaden my spectrum and learn more things in the science world.
It's opened my mind to a lot of things in the medical field. I'm definitely taking away a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before. Also a lot of new friends.
I was also kind of hesitant because like I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
There isn't just like one set biology you can do, from microbiology to biochemistry. So knowing my options is something that I'm gonna take away.
I'm wanting to learn about health sciences and like God is all through health. Like God created all of us. That's pretty freaking cool.
One of the greatest opportunities I've had for my profession in the future.
If you're interested in something, or if you want to go to college, or if you want to make friends, go.
To me, Forrester Camps is amazing.
To me, Forrester's Camps is cool.
To me, Forrester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in it as well.
This is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school, you get to come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Forrester Camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure like what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people like physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other, you know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
Back in Flat Arena, it's 48-13. Huntington had everything rolling in their direction in that first half. They played with pace. They shot the three ball well. But, man, the price is right now. Allison was so good in that first half with 9 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. We're on triple-double watch. She was that good.
Yeah. She did an incredible job of pushing the ball every single time they got on offense. Again, 6 assists and 4 boards. She's been responsible for probably around 20 points at this point. 4 for 6 from the field. And then we also saw Addie Shank, a shocker tonight. She did well on Thursday, but it was great to see her fully sit in her role tonight as 9 9 points, 6 boards, and 4 for 4 from the field, while picking up a 3 as well. Again, 100% on her career now. Liv Raby as well had a great game, about to pick up a double-double if she plays well in this second half. But of course, St. Mary of the Woods has been struggling this game, 48-13 and 5 for 26. 11 turnovers, just a couple more than Huntington, who has also been a little sloppy when it comes to their passes. They've been either too hard or they've been just a little bit off or into congested areas. We'll see how they can turn that around in the second half. What do you think St. Mary could do potentially in this second half to kind of get their offense a little more cohesive?
I just think they need to take some of the open shots that they've been presented from downtown. Only way you really try to come back in a game like this is by knocking down a handful of three-pointers to make up a large lead. Or even if you're not going to make it up completely, they only took 4 shots from downtown compared to Huntington. So Huntington's outscoring them from behind the arc by 18 in this game based off three-pointers made. So just need to continue to find looks, kick it to those shooters, and see if they can start dropping them in.
That's right, and I think you mentioned Wachupu checked in a couple times during that first half, and I think keeping her in while they have 2 taller bigs in Addie Schenk and either Lauren Merritt or Liv Raby, I think it would be good to keep some of their taller players in and kind of dedicated defenders for those offensive producers, because they've been able to really take hold of the game so far.
48-13, just about set for the second half of action. Want to say hello to Tammy Gass, who's watching on the drive home from Florida. A little warmer, I'm assuming, in the Sunshine State than it was. My daughter, wife, and I, we went to a pumpkin patch this morning, and it was absolutely freezing. I mean, temperatures in the 30s, a little breeze out there. Felt like it was almost time to put on the winter coat, Jaden, get ready for snow.
That's right. I had my coat on this morning, and I'll for sure have it on later. But it's been very cold lately, but personally, I'm thankful it's getting colder because I love the cold weather more than I love the hot.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this time of year.
Get to wear my cozy fits. I get to wake up and just wear some pajamas for a little bit. As we come back, we'll see Kendra Sheets working on Janiyah Harris. She'll get a little tripped up there. Nelson off to Yoakum. Good ball movement here. They find Nelson in the paint. Raby at the top off to Yoakum. Trying to make some space. They'll find Nelson, who finds Raby. Raby puts it up over Douglas, and that one's going to be good as we break in the first part of this second half of the game.
Raby now with 11 points to go along with 8 rebounds. Just doing a nice job establishing herself inside.
That's right. It's Eleni Stone now with it. She'll find Douglas at the top of the key. Back to Stone, driving it off the screen. She'll take a shot on the wing. No good. And good hustle to save that, but it ends up going straight to the defenders as Sheets runs it back. Hits Nelson, and that would have been an easy 2 points, but just a little too powerful.
Great look by Sheets, just unable to score right around the rim was Annika.
Douglas trying to make a play here. She'll work on Raby and put a nice lefty shot up, but no luck there either.
Douglas a couple times has made a great move, just hasn't finished.
Nelson will kick it off to Price, and Price will get her first bucket of the second half.
She's into double digits now. Her and Raby kind of fighting back and forth, a little tug of war for that team lead in points.
Just a couple more assists and a couple more boards, and she'll be at a triple-double, which we know is easy for Price. They'll find Aubrey Irvin at the top of the key. We'll find Douglas. She'll push up against Raby again. Great moves, but still no luck there as Raby will pick up a steal.
Shot clock did reset to 20 here, so still some time for the Pomeroys.
The Pomeroys do get the ball back, and then a pass is blocked by Yoakum. And it looks like the Pomeroys will receive possession again, trying to make sure that they can get something put up here. They want to break in the second half, but it's been a struggle so far. They'll find Parker on the elbow. She'll work off a screen from Samara Douglas. Looked like she was moving a little bit, but Janiyah Harris will chuck up a 3. That one will be banked. We'll see Kendra Sheets running it up now for the Foresters. She's pushing off to the right side. She'll find Raby at the top. Nelson driving in. That was good placement, and it looked like she almost had a clear path to the rim, but just got a little stuck.
See, Nelson, if she wanted, she doesn't have to go all the way there. She could stop with a jump stop and have a little floater, which would be an easy shot from about 6 feet.
That's right, and at 6'1", she will have a height advantage as Price will take a shot, and that one will bounce off the back of the rim. No good.
There's just certain players that move a little differently. Price is one of them. Even though that one does not find the bottom of the net, still just to get herself weaving through the defense was impressive.
It's Douglas again off to Stone. She'll kick it off to Parker. Parker looking for something, got a little trapped there. It's Harris driving off a screen and a pull-up midi, no good there. Fighting for the boards, it gets flown out of bounds, and it looks like it'll stay with the Pomeroys.
I believe the shot clock should have reset, and it does now with 20, because it did hit the rim on the initial shot, so they do have that right at the moment. If they would have kept one up there, I would assuming Coach Young would not have been happy.
No, I definitely agree there. Harris, it'll be a tip pass. Price will be incredibly fast at sprinting for it, and a behind-the-back pass.
Just
Yoka.
An energizer bunny, and Darby talked about that. She's the same way in practice, 100%, 100 miles per hour all the time.
You can see her in real time, figuring out what she did wrong in that last play and fixing it. Price, now it's Nelson guarding. They'll try and kick it off. It's Douglas on the elbow. And Moody kicks it off to Douglas again, working on Raby again. She loves to take it down into the post. And looking for a call there, but it just slipped out of her hands. That'll go to the Foresters.
Arso back in for Yoakum. You see this replay here. Raby is just a tenacious shot blocker. And Douglas maybe had an argument there. It looks like Yoakum maybe got her forearm, wanted some free throws, didn't get it that time. She's been awfully good down low, just has to find a way to start putting some of those off glass and finding ways to drop them in for some points.
That's right. It's clear that she has a good handle on the ball, but she just can't seem to get a shot past the bucket. It's Sheets with a pull-up midi, no good there. Nothing but air as the Pomeroys will take it over.
Sheets was just a little in between there on whether she wanted to go all the way to the rim, kick it to the corner, or take that jump shot. And Coach Maggard looked at her, said it's a good shot, just be more willing to take it next time around.
That's right. Half of winning basketball is the confidence of it, as we see two players diving out, and it looks like the ball will go to the Foresters there.
The effort by Huntington right now is just leaps and bounds above what we're seeing from any other opponents so far this season. They're 100% on these loose balls. Right now, they're not 50-50 balls. It's almost like 70-30 going Huntington's direction.
Even when they're up by a ton, they're still taking good shots, and oh my goodness. Such a lucky bounce right there. Almost fell back out. Good shot, and that was scary.
That has to feel good for Peyton Hartsoe, who has had a lot of good looks, and she had to wait about 3 seconds to see one finally go in.
Reminds me of the Kemba Walker clip. It's one of my favorite clips of all time. So we'll see tough knuckle stuff in the paint as the Foresters will receive possession there. A charge on Miss Douglas.
So the rule there is a lot of times you want to see your defender completely stopped and set, but when Raby's in legal guarding position, Douglas can't use that for him to extend, which she did there.
Hartsoe will find Raby in the paint. She's double teamed. She'll kick it off to Price on the corner. That's a 3-ball.
Man, she's a different player today. Not that she was bad, because she was not in her first debut, or her debut, I should say, on Thursday night. She's just more confident, more under control, and really shooting the 3 a lot better.
That's right. You can really see it affecting her. She's now 2 for 2 from 3-ball as we see a shot from Moody is no good. It'll bounce off the back. Raby will kick it off to Hartsoe, who'll find Sheets. Midi pull up. That one's good.
The difference in that one, Jaden, she knew what she was going to do before she put it on the floor. And it looks like St. Mary of the Woods needs a timeout. Huntington just firing on all cylinders.
That's right. And with that said, we'll go ahead and take a break with them as well.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots. aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Welcome back to Platt Arena. It's Jaden Woods and Preston Husband on the call. Tonight we've seen a great game from the Foresters. Price right now, 14 points, 7 assists, and 4 boards, fighting for that triple-double range, which would be her first in her collegiate career, although she did just pick up a double-double. 6 for 9 on the night, 67% shooting from the floor. Very impressive. Raby has also been very productive. She's now got a double-double, her first of the season. Just 1 board off from it last night on Thursday, but couldn't quite get there. Tonight she is there, 9 points and 6 boards for Shank. And not as efficient for St. Mary of the Woods, the Pomeroys. Their highest score right now, Janiyah Harris, is 3 for 8 with 7 points and 3 boards. We'd like to see them kick it into higher gear here as we come out of this timeout.
Huntington has been so good at spreading the wealth today. All but one player has found themselves on the score sheet today. That was Lauren Merritt, who had a couple of opportunities from the free throw line. Just so good to see, because when you're missing a star like Kellum, you just want to see everyone on the court contribute, and that's what Darby Maggard has had today.
That's right. Now it's Irvin at the top of the key. It'll be picked off by Merritt. Way to see the ball and find out where it's going to go. Shank has it now off to Sheets. Sheets working on Harris. They'll kick it off to Shank, who'll find Hartso. Price a cross-court pass as Sheets takes a deep 3. No good. Merritt with the board over the defender and puts it back up.
Weren't we just talking about how she was the only one that hasn't scored? Right on cue. That 6'4" lanky frame just catches it above her head and scores easily.
That's right. The moment you said that she was the only one who hadn't had a point, I saw she was on the court, and I was like, I just have a feeling she's going to turn that around. And we'll see the Pomeroys with it now. They'll find one inside, and she'll put it up. No good for Harris. Sheets will run it back up the floor. It's Hartso with a 3. No good. It's Harris now with it for the Pomeroys. She'll run it off the right-hand side and throw up about a 14-footer. No good. That'll bounce off the back.
And Price got a little bit of a forearm here to the nose. Actually, the two heads of the players collided. And it does look like they're actually going to use the extra floating timeout here, Jay, the media timeout. So go ahead and take us a break, huh?
All righty. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back with more action.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back inside Platt Arena. Price will take a moment of respite to make sure that she's all good, but from what it appears, it looks like she'll be all right, as we'll see some free throws taken here for the Pomeroys by Miss Harris.
And so what you would see sometimes in that situation, Jaden, our FDN sports crews become very familiar with this. Sometimes we'll come over and look at that play to make sure Price wasn't hit in the nose by an elbow or by a forearm. that situation, the ref saw that it was the head-to-head contact. There's nothing malicious about it. Even Coach Maggard's mother, Coach Maggard, was checking in with the official and make sure that they would maybe come over and look at that as well, but decided not to.
Shanks now with it. She's driving off the left-hand side. She'll kick it off to Hartsoe, who'll find Sheets. And that three is no good, but great eye for the ball as Merritt gets her second bucket of the night.
That is now 14 offensive rebounds by the Foresters. They just have all kind of second opportunities, and they're making good use of them.
And it had slowed down a little bit at the start of the third, but they've kicked it back into gear now. We see Wachukwu, and she finds an open man down low, but no luck there on the shot. They'll get their own board, but just couldn't quite put it back up.
Looks like Shank just went over the back, so she's whistled for her first personal. No real foul trouble for either team here, other than maybe Douglas on St. Mary there was, but Huntington doesn't have any sort of foul issue at the moment.
Other than a couple tussles, we've seen a very fluid game here. Very little foul calls throughout the night. Passing it in, Wachukwu will get it. Almost a half-court violation, but she'll find Stone, who'll find Irvin, excuse me. Wachukwu fighting for it over Merritt, will get it. And then it looks like the Foresters will receive possession. Not sure exactly what the call was there.
Irvin gets whistled for the personal, her second, the team's second. Okay. Excuse me, the team's second.
I didn't get quite a good look at that.
Yep. Sometimes we're blocked over here by the coaches and the refs, aren't we?
Yeah. Sheets will kick it off to Akers. Merritt at the top of the key now. Don't see her behind the three-point line often. It's Hartsoe finds Merritt. A great screen, and it looks like maybe a charge against Merritt.
And give her free throws, Jaden.
Yep, that'll be a blocking.
That was such a good, solid screen. Just stay there, allow the ball handler to come and use the screen without moving and getting called for the foul. She rolls well. Now she's got to cash in on some free opportunities.
The screen, such a simple move, but it makes for so many points throughout the night. Not necessarily here, but all over basketball. And especially if you can use it well and utilize it to your advantage with people like Merritt, who have such a height advantage, as Akers will get another offensive board, and a little jelly roll will get that one in.
Again, the Foresters just dominating on the glass. Also, Jaden, real quick while we have a chance, I want to tell you guys, you can type on the YouTube chat. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're watching. FDN Sports Crew would love to say hello to you tonight. Hope you're enjoying some Forester basketball.
That's right, please do. We always want to hear more from our fans. Now it's Owens driving off. She'll try and kick it to Irvin, but that one looks like just a little bit of a miscommunication, as we'll see Sheets kicking it off. Excuse me, Shank kicking off to Sheets. Sheets finds Merritt at the top of the key. Merritt off to Hartsoe. She'll do a nice left-handed drive, and Merritt is left wide open for a little bunny.
The guards this year in the first two games for the Foresters have done so well at keeping their eyes up and finding the bigs on the opposite block. That's always where the soft spot will be.
That's right. Not a player under 4 points for the Foresters. It's Hartsoe with the turnover drive, and that one is good. Fast breaks have been very often here in the third quarter.
And the bigs running the floor. Shank and Raby and Yoakum when she's in there. We've seen Merritt. That's hard to do, to keep up with these fast, smaller guards, but Huntington's bigs so well adjusted to this style and doing it very well.
They've got a great variety of height and speed. We'll see a call on Merritt, it looks like, an off-the-ball foul, as the Pomeroys will receive the ball back. We'll see Harris, leading scorer for the Pomeroys, passing it in now. We'll see a stack play. A long pass. That'll find Irvin. Now it's Stone driving off the left hand. She'll find a shooter on the wing, and no luck. Good block out by Merritt to stop the defender from saving that one and just giving the ball simply to the Foresters.
Huntington's attention to detail, even on things as small as blocking out, everything just seems to be so in sync today.
Absolutely. It's Sheets now to Merritt. tight defense from the Pomeroys. Sheets almost loses it on the corner there and eventually does. It's Wachukwu leading the drive. And it looks like a travel call as she picked up the ball and couldn't quite get it on the floor. Wachukwu, lanky, and it seems like a little uncoordinated here so far.
Graduate of the Chicago Math and Science Academy out of high school. Getting a chance to play some real meaningful minutes here as a sophomore.
That's right, especially against such a larger team here. And it looks like a blocking foul will be called on Janiyah Harris.
Huntington can hold for the last shot here, Jaden, kind of continue to roll their momentum in. I don't think it's a question that Huntington will win, but they still want to execute with these players on the court, whoever's out there to end this last 10 minutes coming up.
That's right, and as we mentioned, they've gotten even less sloppy as the game has gone on. Shanks will drive it in, kick it out to Akers. They'll find Hartsoe at the elbow, and that one's good to make it a 60-point game. A drive will lead us to the end of the third quarter. Harris tries to get a last-second shot up, but no luck, as we'll come to a break as the third quarter comes to a close.
My name is Brady, and I'm a junior on the Huntington women's basketball team. I just want to take a second to thank Bishop, Dean, and Colleen for their generosity in our program. Your support means so much to us, and it helps us drive excellence.
I saw Forrester Camp when I was at school. It said health science, and I'm like really interested in medicine.
I was really set on nursing, but I didn't know any else like biology, chemistry, things like that. So health science was able to broaden my spectrum and learn more things in the science world.
It's opened my mind to a lot of things in the medical field. I'm definitely taking away a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before. Also a lot of new friends.
I was also kind of hesitant because like I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
There isn't just like one set biology you can do, from microbiology to biochemistry. So knowing my options is something that I'm gonna take away.
I'm wanting to learn about health sciences and like God is all through health. Like God created all of us. That's pretty freaking cool.
One of the greatest opportunities I've had for my profession in the future.
If you're interested in something, or if you want to go to college, or if you want to make friends, go.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Platte Arena. We're going to take a look at that closing play for the Foresters as we saw a nice three from Hartsoe. As we can see really good ball movement throughout this entire play. Shanks driving off the left-hand side, a bigger individual but still able to make a lot of spacing on the floor. They're really kicking around it here at the top, and they finally found Hartsoe, who was wide open for an easy bucket.
That all starts again with getting the defense to shift to the strong side where the ball is, skipping it to the weak side. Those shot fakes and pass fakes open up just enough space to get these open looks. Huntington doing an excellent job running their offense.
That's right. Shanks' efficiency was able to really help draw the defense there. They were scared of that one, as Moody will throw up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Akers, and a sweet crossover there. Hartsoe will try and find Raby. The pass is deflected, but regained. Raby with the drive off to the shooter, and that will bring Shanks' three-point percentage down from 100% to 75% on her career.
I expected her to never miss one in her 4 seasons.
I can't believe it. Harris fighting for it down in the paint, and that one's going to end up going to the Foresters. We'll see Hartsoe off to Nelson. Nelson off to the corner again. It's Shanks. Shanks a cross-court pass to Hartsoe. Raby calling some plays here at the top of the key. She'll back down the smaller Harris. And a good cut from Shanks will end up with a bucket for the Foresters.
That big-to-big combo has just been phenomenal. And that is, again, basketball 101. You've got the defense kind of stuck in a spot where you're out of your set. You back cut to the rim, get an easy look.
That's right. That's the fundamentals right there. Harris will kick it off. Moody with it now. She'll find Parker. Parker backing down Shanks. The bigger defender tosses one up, but no good. Shanks will get another board there, and a foul is called on Abigail Parker there.
We get a chance, to say a hello to Confidence Wachuklu's mother, who's watching from Chicago. Hope you're enjoying the game here today. Confidence, of course, getting a much bigger role with this young St. Mary of the Woods team. So hello and thanks for tuning in. And then also Allison Price, Uncle John, watching from Marion, Ohio. He's got to be quite happy with the freshman's performance today. Don't know if we'll see a whole lot of Price the rest of the game because of that bump she took to the nose. And with such a big lead, you don't want maybe a freshman star to get any more injured. But, I mean, she has just been phenomenal with her 14 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds to go along with it.
That's right. It's Hartzone now. Price has been playing great tonight. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of her. It's Akers with it now to Joachim in the corner. Finds Raby in the paint. She's backing down the smaller Harris. Some good footwork will get an open shot, but an unlucky bounce will send it flying out.
If you've watched HU women's basketball the last few years, that's live Raby, replay, and repeat. That footwork gets her open more times than not.
Parker trying to find some room in the paint. She'll find Campbell. She's working right at the top of that. She'll find Harris, who will drive in and take a floater, but no good there. Hartso pushes it up the court on the opposite end. Nelson, that one's good.
Good body control by Annika, running 100 miles per hour. Has to make sure she gets herself stopped under the basket. We saw the same thing against East-West from her. She's so valuable because that 6-foot height, obviously tall in the women's game.
Right.
She plays like a guard a lot of times too.
She does. She's got a quick first step and a nice jump shot. It leads to some great opportunities for someone that's taller, as we'll see. Another shot is just kind of thrown up. No good from Parker, as we'll see Hartso leading it back up the floor. Small guard moving quick. She'll find Nelson in the corner, who finds Akers. Raby in the paint. That one's no good. Fought for it by Akers, and a nice little jelly roll will get her another bucket.
You know, Tegan did have a game last year where she had 10 rebounds. She's a big guard as well, and she's strong in there out of Hamilton Southeastern. She can really rebound it. Now a 6 on the day. She hasn't shot it as well as she'd like from deep, but again, the size of HU is going to cause issues.
That's right, and even though she hasn't shot as good as she would like, she shot much better than she did on Thursday. We'll see a drive from Harris end up in no bucket, but they get the offensive board and try and put one up. A block from Raby, maybe a foul called on her there.
Raby thought she got a lot of ball there, and of course she is quite the shot blocker. Broke the school record for blocks in a season last year. If you look at Liv Raby as a player, she's got 88 career blocks, and she's got a few already in this young season, so maybe add a couple onto that. 57 of them last year. The career record's 137, so she's
very close there already.
She could almost break it this season if she has the same sort of shot blocking year that she did as a sophomore.
We've got a lot of basketball left to play in the year, and she's already picked up 1, I believe, maybe 2 on the season, as that free throw is good from Nadia Figures. We'll see Hartso running it up the floor now. Looking for something. Merritt with some off-the-ball work. She'll drive in, kick it off to Akers. Akers looking for someone on the right wing. It's Joachim, and that one is no good off the 3-ball. Merritt fighting for it. That'll be a jump ball, and it looks like possession.
I think it's sticking with the Foresters.
Okay, I didn't see the official call there. The Foresters will regain right there, 82-18. I wasn't sure if we were going to see a much bigger margin of victory than we saw on Thursday, but St. Mary has been unable to put up very many points so far. Passing it in, it's Akers.
Price is back in as well, so good to see her check back in. She's looking for her second straight double-double to start her career.
That would be a great way to start the career off, as Akers throws up a layup and it just bounces off. No good there. As finally the Pomeroys will regain possession.
You know, Merritt, it's really hard for Lauren to go over the back because she's much taller than the rest of the players. That time just got maybe that elbow in the back of the defensive rebounder. Didn't get away with it.
Right. It's Stone with it now. She's working on Price there, as we'll see Parker running with it. A spin move off to the right, and Nelson looks like a block will be accredited to her there. Joachim almost got stolen from by Parker from behind, but they just collided. And it looks like a blocking foul, or a reach-in foul, I should say, for Parker.
It's 3 personals on Parker, just the second on the Pomeroys here in the 4th.
That's right. She has a couple boards, not much else on the night, however.
Sheets back in, so you got this 2-guard lineup now. Whoever's handling the ball, obviously the point guard, and then Sheets or Price will work as the 2. Merritt just a little off the mark there.
That was a powerful throw. You could see Price was not ready for that much power from Merritt there, as that one will go out of bounds. Running it up, it's Stone now. We've seen her bring it up a couple times. She was a pretty solid player in high school, as she'll get an open layup. Way to see her own lane on the floor. She had about 9 points per game in her high school, I believe it was junior year. It took a couple of years off, I'm assuming to focus on education, but it's clear that she has some basketball talent. And it's Merritt kicking it off to Price in the corner. That one's good. Good ball movement down in the paint to spot the open Parker.
So what's interesting about Allison Price, she didn't shoot it that well from deep in game 1, but she is a good shooter. So when Sheets and Price are both in the game, I think Sheets will handle it, and then Price will be more of that shooting guard who gets those open looks.
Merritt with the defensive board will kick it off to Sheets. Driving in, she'll find Price a little off balance to Joachim. That one's no good, but Merritt will get the offensive board, and a soft layup will get her some more points.
That was incredible body control to get to her off left hand and stick that one right back. She's having a big game. Has only missed 1 shot today.
9 points from Merritt. As you mentioned, not a single player for the Foresters has not scored tonight. It's Parker with it now at the top. She'll find Figures. Figures looking for something. A stone from Irvin will give Figures some room. She'll put a shot up on Joachim, but no good. Joachim will grab the board. Joachim, a crossover. Sheets driving in. She kicks it off, and that's Akers with a 3. No good there. Merritt fights for it. Wow, great body control there as Price gets another 3, and that one's no good. Clashing on the baseline, a jump ball will go to the Pomeroys there, as we'll see some subs.
Man, Merritt is just so active down there in the paint as she just continues to fight for those possessions. Huntington in cruise control at the moment.
That's right, that gives Merritt 9 and 7 on the night, while also still having an assist. As we mentioned, their bigs have been getting very involved, as we'll take a quick media timeout.
At nursing camp, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun at the same time.
I've always wanted to be a nurse since I was a kid because my mom and grandma were nurses.
So I felt really behind and scared to be majoring in nursing. The professors really make sure that you feel welcome and that you are really understanding what you're getting into if you do join. My favorite part, I think, was going to the research center. We got to practice CPR.
I thought I would come here and not know, talk to anybody. But first day, it was oh, I already had a whole group of friends.
I would describe nursing camp as super fun, but also super educational. They took the education process and made it fun. Everybody's gonna make you feel welcome, and you're really gonna have a good time.
Hello everybody, and welcome back inside of Platt Arena. We've got the Pomeroys with possession here in what's been a Forester-sided game. It's Harris with it now, right at the volleyball line. She'll find Douglas, who's taken quite a break from the game there, as we saw her with a tussle earlier, as we'll see a 3 thrown up. That's from Irvin, no good there. Sheets will run it up. And an unfortunate pass to Price will fall out of bounds, and the ball will go to the Pomeroys.
Price started running towards the rim before she had the ball. This was looking to go score another easy layup. That time got a little ahead of herself, turned it over.
Price, with some good offense, could break 20 points here tonight in her second collegiate game ever. Fighting for it, Campbell, very congested on the right wing. And it's Douglas backing down Merritt. She'll kick it out to the wing, and that's a nice layup, but just couldn't quite get it to sink.
Aker is going to be called for the personal. Just got a little too much of her upper body into this and bumped. You see there Moody, who was heading to the rim. Moody takes a trip to the free throw line. So far today, not on the score sheet, so trying to etch her name into the scoring column.
Free throw is always a great way to get a couple easy points, as the first one is no good. Akers has had a much better shooting performance than last night, 3 for 7, although not the greatest, but better than her 0 for 7 last game, so I'm sure she's happy with that outcome. The second one, no good, as we'll see the rebound from Shank and Sheets running the ball up. Sheets running off a screen from Shank. She'll pass it to Shank, driving in. Shank puts up a nice little bounce, but nothing there.
Shank had Price wide open in that weak side corner again. It's not a bad shot at all. And honestly, maybe it wasn't a better shot for an open three, but you'd like to see her maybe see that next time, find the open shooter.
And there's a block from Merritt. Harris tried to put a shot up over her, but the height, as you mentioned, a full foot of height difference between the two will make that a very difficult shot to get off.
HU now with 7 blocks, make it 8 on the day now.
Very good hustle stats from the Foresters so far, as we'll see Douglas with it now. She'll kick it off. They'll find an open Irvin in the paint. And the shot was off and a foul as Sheets was running it up. It looks like a personal foul on Miss Harris.
And not much time left in the game, but both teams with 3 fouls. If they do get to 5 here in the quarter, that will lead to free throws. Not sure we will get there, but something to keep an eye on with less than 2 minutes left.
It's Merritt now, handing it off to Sheets. That one will bounce off her foot. Akers is there for the save. Hartso deep into the paint for Merritt, as again we see such a height difference provide an easy bucket for her.
Merritt's been so good inside. That's a new career high with those 11 points. She had 10 last year at Taylor. This match is a new career high with that 11.
The sophomore having a great game here, as we'll see Douglas with it at the top of the key. She'll drive it into Merritt and put up a nice, easy layup.
Douglas so many times has made the right move, but hasn't finished this part of it. That time against the taller Merritt, put her shoulder down to kind of press away the shot blocker. Got the shot to go, plus a foul.
That's right, and a well-deserved rest for her is probably what helped provide some clarity there, as she'll take her first free throws of the night. And that one is good off a bank shot. Shank will have it now, kicking off to Akers as Sheets commands the floor. Sheets, a quick first step will get her deep in the paint. She'll throw it out to Shank, and a pass to Merritt is deflected by Douglas. We've seen some more activity from her here in the fourth quarter.
Baseline official thought Merritt touched it last. Sideline official had a better look and overturned it, so ball will stick with Huntington here.
Sheets will kick it out to Merritt, off to Shanks, and got a little caught up there, but finds an open Sheets, who loses control of the ball, and it looks like ball will stay with Huntington, actually. They're gonna say it bounced off Harris at the last moment.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Look for Huntington to lob into Merritt here if they can, and then go quick.
They find Shanks instead of Merritt. She'll drive it in and kick it off to Merritt in the paint. Good hustle from the Pomeroys to rip that one away from her, as we'll see a shot from Harris, a midi, no good there, as the Foresters will reclaim it with just 40 seconds left in the last quarter.
Yep, should be the very last possession for the Foresters here today. See if they can finish it with another score.
Shank finds Akers, who takes a 3. No good there. Still fighting for it is Hartso, though. Although the Pomeroys will get it, as we'll probably see the shot clock drained. And the Pomeroys will end this game off as the Foresters take a 66-point win, excuse me. And Harris throws up one more, no luck there. Foresters rebound it as that closes our game out. Foresters win 89-23. Who do they got next, Preston?
They'll go on the road and play the Cumberlands. I think it's on Thursday. I'm not for sure. I know it's on the road. And we talked about it. They've got a tough upcoming schedule. 3 ranked teams. They did what they needed to do this week by taking care of business, and now we just await Darby Maggard to come over and talk to us. But yeah, they go to the Cumberlands on Thursday. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so you'll have to watch that one from the comfort of your home, Jaden, which I'll probably be tuning in as well. And then they'll play Lindsey Wilson on Halloween. That is at 1 p.m. on Friday in Columbia, Kentucky. So 2 really good top 25 teams. And Huntington, if they can go in there, and of course their goal is always to take both, but even 1-1 would be a really strong finish to that one against 2 ranked opponents.
That's right, back-to-back Kentucky games for the Foresters might be a little bit rough for them, but I'm sure that they can find something in there, and I'm excited to see how they'll be able to compete on the road in their first ranked opponents. I think that's going to be a very good couple of games to watch, so I would stay tuned for that.
And they will potentially get a little more help, because if Izzy Shepard is cleared, she's another sharpshooter from Carmel, Indiana, that could come in and maybe step up when someone else can't knock down some of these open looks early in the season.
That's right. Shepard averaged 16 in high school. Hopefully she could be a solid provider for them once she starts checking into games here soon. As we see, Allison Price had a great game tonight. Although she was subbed out for a little bit, still picked up 17 points, 7 assists, and 4 boards. Addie Shank also had an incredible performance, following up right behind Price with 13 points and 9 boards, as we'll now get a chance to speak to Darby Maggard. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty solid as well. You guys had a pretty great game out here tonight. Closed it out with a large margin for victory. As we saw, Allison Price, although she was subbed out for a lot of the game, she still ended up with 17 points, 7 assists, and 4 boards. And I know you got to talk to my good friend Preston about that a little bit earlier, but what goes into the practice, I want to hear as well about how intense she is and how she's always giving 100%. I noticed from every player.
Yeah, no, so Allison, yeah, it's awesome to be able to coach her. I think I love this about this kid. From the minute that she stepped onto Huntington's campus and the minute that she kind of heard and saw like what our program was about, she wanted to come here, and it was so fun. And like, that commitment and that level of just like, she's going to do anything humanly possible to help her team win. She comes from her dad was her high school coach, and so she has a coaching background in her family, and I think that is huge. You know, just the toughness that it takes day in and day out to become a really good basketball player. And I'm just excited, obviously, because the kid, her motor is so high. And she's only a freshman, and so we're only up from here.
Right. You had 3 bigs tonight have over 11 points. Raby had 11, Merritt had 11, which is a new career high for her. Shank with 13. What goes into getting the bigs so involved in the offense as of late?
Yeah, no, I think that's part of what makes us go, really. We've got some kids that can really shoot the ball from 3, which stretches the floor, and it kind of, you have to guard our perimeter players, and then it does open up the paint for our post players. And so Liv has been an unbelievably efficient player for her entire career. And then honestly, Lauren has just been a phenomenal, again, her story and her work ethic of just being able to stay with it and stay consistent after a couple knee injuries has been phenomenal. And so yeah, I think it's partially just the makeup of our team and how well we shoot the ball that allows them to get to play one-on-one in the post.
Yeah, you guys had really good tenacity on the offensive boards, picking up a staggering amount. I know Raby alone had several. You guys had 18 offensive boards in total. What do you say to these players that makes them stay in the moment every single time and never give up on a play? Because it's been really great to watch them never give up and still get extra points.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I think, to be honest with you, I think it's our kids just wanting to make the extra play, you know, and that comes down to me. There are some things that are just heart on the basketball court, and right now I felt like today they played with great heart and wanted to make the extra effort. And so, I'm overall really, really proud of that, and I hope we keep it up.
Yeah. You guys have a tough schedule coming up, so I'm rooting for you guys as you guys go out. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you
Have a great
guys.
night. All right, well, that will bring us to a close as we finish off this broadcast. Price, definitely the player of the game, I'd say, but you can't really rule out anybody. Shank had a great game as well. So did Merritt. Liv Raby, 14 boards. That's an impressive number. Any closing comments?
No, I just think the Foresters did exactly what they needed to do in these first 2 games. These are 2 games they're absolutely expecting to win, and by a wide margin. It didn't get off to an excellent start Thursday, but it got better and better with each quarter, and I think this is what the Huntington University team's going to look like the rest of the year.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Preston, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This has been Jaden Woods as your color and play-by-play, and Preston as your color and play-by-play. We like to switch it up a little bit. Thank you for tuning in to FDN Sports, and we'll be sure to be back with more sports action soon. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.